kind of like what Rosalia did an album, not to bring that album back up, but she did this album where she did like a hardcore reggaeton with like some jazz intros. Okay. And then she like in an interview, she's like, I just wanted to see if jazz and sort of like this urban music went together, and I tried it. I was like, that's cool. You know what I mean? Because it kind of makes me feel like you're not just trying to make money, you're trying to make music. And that's fucking cool to me. Fuck it, try it. Sway Lee? What a guy, bro. He fucking let his moment go, right?
Fuck, man. Superstar.
Let it go, bro. Took his foot off the gas. He got his laptop stolen. That's what happened.
Is that what they said?
No, but that did happen to him. Or someone was like blackmailing him, telling him like, yo, I got all your shit. He's like, what? He was going up on like Instagram, like, or whatever.
Yeah. No, that's trash. I mean, fuck. Starting with Guatemala, that
he had such a moment, bro.
The double album,
that French Montana feature,
Unforgettable. They did a second song too.
Unforgettable.
Yeah, and then
he lost
Strike when the Iron's Hot, and he didn't
miss his moment, bro. He missed his moment. Sad.
Yeah, there was like, I mean, I still do it occasionally, but there's a moment every time that he his song would come on, I would just yell in the car, superstar.
No, he really had it, bro. He really had a moment that I think if he would have capitalized, he could have. I don't know, bro. It seemed like, I don't know. But then again, I constantly think about this thing that you told me about with Bryson. I heard about it with SZA, where it's like I feel like people get really like, they strike so good.
Yeah.
That it's like, I think they get fearful that they'll never strike like that again.
Yeah.
No, get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Don't ever say that to me. Don't ever say that again in your life. So. Although I let my foot off him too, bro. I haven't really been I feel like now he's reached the superstardom where I'm like, I don't have to fucking big you up anymore, bro. Everybody else got you. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? I kind of feel like I'm going to listen to all his shit. I love to hear it. I love to party to it. But I don't have to talk about it. Like, bro, you don't need me to talk about you anymore, bro. Everybody knows who you are.
You're falling off the train now.
No, I have mad respect for him, but I still think he did something that like a lot of people will fucking never like. Those type of stars, bro, come like what, once every 20 years, 25 years?
I guess like once a generation, I would say.
Like when did Drake come out?
2008, 2009.
So almost 20 years. Like now, I'm bullshitting. 28. It would be 2028.
Like once a decade, I would say. I mean, not to his
level, right?
Not
like,
to his caliber, but yeah, like
that level of. And I think Sway Lee had something like that.
Yeah.
Bro. And I think the Migos had it too.
Yeah.
I firmly believe the Migos had such a moment, bro. They owned like a couple summers so heavy that had they reinvented themselves and done something. I think the reason Bad Bunny is able to reach the magnitude he has is because he's pissed off all the people that started listening to him, saying like, "You're not even making the same music anymore, asshole." Yeah. But like that's kind of what you need to do in order to like reach that level of stardom, I think, you know. And so I think the Migos like. They found a wave. They got a Drake cosign, and they just didn't reinvent themselves, dog. You know, and I think they had them, bro. It was iconic, bro. Their trio was iconic.
Yeah, trio's iconic. The breaking up is iconic, even though they've kept that low. Yeah.
Are they related, really?
Just Quavo and Takeoff are related.
Quavo and Takeoff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why they stay together?
Yeah, so that's why they're still making music.
That's funny. Like they're like, fuck that fool. He's not even our family, dog. You know?
Yeah,
I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
They broke up and now it's just Quavo and Takeoff making music. So Quavo and Takeoff. Offset is Cardi's man. Yeah.
So real quick, this is Above the Waves podcast.
Sobre las olas.
I'm your boy Tone Park. This is Mr. Wavy GX.
Hello.
Wavy GX is silent. Mr. LJ, the voice.
I'm here.
The body.
I'm here.
Man without a face.
I know you're here, but are you gonna come?
Hey, I'm gonna come.
Do not come.
Hey, make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow, share with a friend, and hose up.
Hose up. I saw.
Fuck! I spilled that shit.
I saw fucking A. Wow.
All right, so
Well, good wake up.
Real quick on the coming. I saw a video today of, you know, that guy who got his Instagram. Steve will do it.
Oh, everything taken out. Well, I thought it was his YouTube.
I have no clue anything about him, bro. But I saw an interview of him today on Bradley Martin.
Yeah.
I was watching another podcast where they're watching an interview of him with Bradley Martin on, I think it's called Raw Talk. It's like, I mean, first of all, I'm sure he's having like a total fucking.
But that was his income and everything, bro.
Yeah, bro. His whole like whatever, bro. So he's kind of acting kind of funky, but he has this full on thing where he's like, "Yeah, bro, I have a dog," and I'm like, basically, bro, he jerks the dog off. It's what he said on the thing, bro. I'm sure he's fucking around, and I'm sure he's gonna say he's trolling. I don't know, but he like goes into full detail on like he puts on a Disney movie, puts on a glove, and jerks his dog off. You fools gotta check this shit out.
Well, I've heard a lot. So I don't know who he is, but I don't know anything
about him either. So.
That thing made it viral about the whole jerking the dog off.
Oh, so you've seen it?
No, I don't spend my time on shit.
How do you feel about jerking dogs off, though?
But I was reading the comments, and a lot of people say that that's supposed to be good for the dog. Like it releases a lot of tension, so the dog's not like humping you all the time and stuff. It helps relax them.
Got it.
Now, if you find pleasure in that, that's weird. If it's therapeutic, I don't know.
The way he said about putting on a Disney movie so that it distracts him, it kind of made me feel a little like. At first, when he said the Disney thing, I looked back at TV now because I was like distracted on TikTok, and I was like, "Is he talking about a kid?" Because he mentioned Disney, right? Like he threw me off, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm the cool dad." He was like making these like dad references. Like I get it, you're a dog dad, so am I, but then don't talk about jerking off your dog son. That's just kind of, it threw me off, bro.
Your dog son.
So you know what I'm saying? It just threw me off, bro. But so we made I took us into a sexual thing. My bad. But we said the do not come thing, and I was like, speaking of cum, you know.
That's a little weird, bro.
It is weird.
Well, I mean, he's another guy
but he's probably having such a fucking like a time of it, bro. I can only imagine his whole world is like.
That's the ultimate troll, right? Like if it is trolling and that's what he was going for, that is, because now that he basically turned the whole world upside down, everyone's like upset about it, you know.
And then they have videos now of like where I don't know if you probably weren't watching the Joe Budden podcast at that time when Rory and Mal were on it, and Joe Budden made a joke about touching Rory's dog's genitals.
No,
bro, it was really weird too. He's like, yeah, he kind of said the same thing you were saying. So now I'm kind of hesitant about you. Like, what do you mean? I'm just kidding. Or
maybe that's where.
But Budden said
that's where I heard it from them referencing that. But I mean, that's another. I haven't watched the pod in a long time.
That was a female dog, so it was a little more uncomfortable for me. But anyways, enough about jerking off dogs. That's weird. Let's move on. Sorry, I took us there. Bro. Do
you think it was a valid point to ban him from social media?
I don't know why he got banned.
I don't know why they did it, bro. I have no fucking clue why they banned him.
Well, because the dog thing was a while ago then.
No. That interview I'm telling you about just happened, not even on his channel. It's on Bradley Martin's. I think from what I understand, I did read some stuff because I was like, why did they take his whole YouTube? Yeah. My understanding is that he violated community guidelines, right? It's YouTube, bro, right? They get to decide what goes up and doesn't. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So they have some guidelines. Who knows what they are? And whenever they would take his video down, he would re-upload them on other channels. So I think he probably pissed off YouTube. Like, oh, you think you're funny? Well, X-nay, dog, you know?
What a lot of people do, and this is how other channels get a lot of traffic, is they'll get stuff that is banned and just chop it up and repost it. So like the Alex Jones and...
Why don't we do that?
Andrew Schultz one. Well, because this is banned. this is banned right here, banned from TV.
Yeah.
Like the Alex Jones and Andrew Schultz one got taken down within 3 days after it had like a couple million. That one's dead. I got another one, don't worry. Well, real quick, speaking about people that are banned, I watched this, not apology, but a statement from the top G, Andrew Tate.
On Fox News, right?
Oh. No.
He did an apology, that's right.
Really?
No, it wasn't an apology. It was a statement.
Okay.
And basically, like, I watched about half of it. It's about an hour long. He released it on other platforms that allowed him to.
On Rumble. I think Rumble. You can find it on Rumble.
That's where I saw it, on Rumble. And basically, what he was saying was like I don't need this. I have money, right? But I had no idea like what I was saying was affecting other people around me. Like it's my family. It's my girlfriends and stuff like that. That this is where it's becoming a problem for them, and that's what I don't like. You know, I just feel like I'm just talking the truth and what people need to hear. But at the point where now people are harassing them and saying, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to find out where you guys are. He goes, I don't want that. I don't want to be a part of that. You know, he goes, I'm not in charge of of the clips that go up about me. People make the clips. You know, that's up to them.
I don't know about all that, but okay.
Yeah, I think it's a little disingenuous for him to like, this isn't me. It's just me speaking the truth, and all these people like, come on, dog. Like, he did have accounts. Like he's a part of this, bro. He knows at the end of the day. Like, look, at the end of the day, if you have a business, it's like the Trump effect, bro. Right? It's like, I have this thing that I want to market, and whether it's good publicity or bad publicity, I'm going for it. And I think now it turned out to be like, because they canceled his whole like payment, like his payment processor. That
they did?
Yeah, his payment processor is like, we're not doing business with you anymore.
So like the Hustlers University thing.
So his Hustler University went down for a couple days. Now it's a version 2. Version 2 came up. Maybe it's version 3 now. Who knows?
Wow. Okay, so that they're hitting him in the pocket now.
So they hit him in the pocket. So what do? You come out and make a statement. So it is about money. You are cognizant.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just his Instagram.
You're all good until you realize it's bad for business, and then it's like, well, let me take a couple. Now he's saying I'm a man of God. I read the Bible. Like, I never heard you.
I thought he was Muslim. I thought,
bro.
My favorite part about all this though is like when he would say stuff like, being that I'm smarter than everyone else around here, I should have noticed this beforehand. You know, and being that people don't think like me or as smart as me,
okay,
or make as much money as me.
That sounds more like him.
No, but like I love how he would have like these apology things and then throw that in like, well, no one's as smart as me, so how could they understand?
It's kind of like, have you guys seen this video of Trump where like he does this January 6th? Somebody got him on video running the January 6th thing that he did after, like on the 7th or 8th, whatever, or 2 days after he like gave a talk, right? And you can see where he has the thing in front of him. He's recording. He's like, no, cut that. And he'll scratch something out and say like, so like what they say is very like, I'm going to come out and like try to like soothe everybody off, but still like pander to my base, you know? So that's what he was doing. He's like, he's trying to come out and say like, you know, that was never my intention. And like, I'm a man of God, but like being that you're not as smart as me, you wouldn't get, like he tried to do that whole thing because he still needs to keep up his persona. But he looks a little different though, bro. Like, all his interviews were shirt off. He went on Fox News with a shirt on. Speaking much more like, it's different, bro.
He went on Fox?
Yeah.
I don't know if I didn't.
Yeah, bro.
I don't pay too much.
What's that Fox dude's name?
Tucker?
Tucker had him on.
Good old Tucker, huh?
Yeah. So he changed his tune a bit, bro. Whatever.
Do you agree with him getting canceled? Or not canceled, banned?
What do you mean, do I agree? Like,
are you against it?
Here's the thing. If I owned the app,
okay, forget about owning the app.
But it's everything about that. First of all, because he makes it about that, right? He's like, it's my freedom of speech. Bitch, you live in Romania. So whatever laws we get to, whatever rights we get to benefit here in the US, you don't get to talk about. You don't get to bring those up but so if you bring
is he an American citizen, no?
Yeah. He was born in Chicago.
Yeah. I don't think if he lives in Romania, I'm pretty sure he's a Romanian citizen.
Maybe a dual or it's green card. Or, I don't know, whatever they're.
But who knows? Go ahead.
But I'm saying is, okay, so but if you're gonna bring up the argument of First Amendment rights, so then it does matter what platform we're talking about. You open the door to like, well, then if you're gonna bring up a right argument, because if you told me, oh, do you think people should get banned for saying things? Like, well, I do think there's things that are fucked up. Like if people were out here saying like, yo, let's kill fucking Jews, I'd be like, whoa, dog, you shouldn't be saying that shit. That's fucked up. If Al Qaeda had a fucking TikTok, I'd be like, and these fools are spewing like all this kind of shit, like anti-American thing. Would you still feel the same way? You would probably be like, yo, get that shit out of these. Get that. I don't want to see that. I don't want people seeing that. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the thing. Like, so to me, like whether you think what he was saying about women is wrong or not is a different discussion. Whether I think Twitter and all these things are within the right to take them off, yeah, it's your fucking platform. That's the rules I have to abide by. You know, I can't come into your house. There's a list of rules that your stepdad has on that thing. I'm not gonna break those rules. It's his place. You know what I mean? I gotta abide by those rules. Would I have canceled them? I don't know.
What do you think, Tony?
Honest, bro. I don't pay too much attention to him.
Me either. No, I mean,
so I don't know
until I didn't. I didn't even know all this stuff was going on.
And that's what I think pissed people off, was like nobody thought this was gonna catch any steam, and it did.
That's his part of his statement was like, I am the most searched man in the world. I am the most popular man in the world.
Which is true, right?
On every search engine, I'm the most searched person.
I kind of got tired of him. Like, all right, like everyone's on him. Like, what's next?
I think the truth is, bro, nothing he was saying had longevity, right? Like, even this whole thing of like his whole shtick about like I'm trying to empower men, like I think like most people don't really want to live their lives that way, bro. You know, like it's not really like that's not really what men need for empowerment. And do I think that there's like, bro, I thought about it this way. A lot of the shit that he said, not to the extent that he said, I don't want to trash my family, but I've heard that shit from a lot of men in my family. Like, oh, women belong in the kitchen, or yeah, women can't drive. Like everybody makes little jokes like that are still fun.
We talked about that on the group chat. I remember I brought that up.
What?
About something about women driving, like whatever, men being better drivers or whatever. And then you brought up the point about like, oh, which insurance is higher?
Insurance is higher.
Well, I looked it up, and young men's insurance is higher, and older women, so it kind of evens out.
But older's fucked up, bro. I mean, anybody old is a fucking risk. Like my grandma, bro, I paid for her insurance. She got into an accident. She took me play by play, and I was like, "This is your fucking fault." As much as she tried to tell me it wasn't, bro, I was like,
statistically though, that's what it is.
Yeah. And people with red cars have to pay more too.
Yep.
You know, so it's,
I still wanted to go for red.
The last 3 accidents I've been in, where I wasn't my fault. They were all over 65 years old.
Yeah. No,
and
another reason,
only one was a man. The other 2 were women.
There it is.
So again, I'm not saying, I'm just showing.
No, yeah.
It's stats.
I mean, another reason why I don't think anybody over fucking 65 should be in government. Like, you fools are too old for this. Like, you guys are so out of touch with where the world is today that you don't get it. That's aside the point. But anyways, I don't know that I would have banned Tate. Like, I don't know. That's why I say, if I owned the app, would I have said... I didn't watch all his shit though. I watched most of his salacious, like crazy shit.
Well, people always say you're the top G of Above the Waves podcast.
I even thought about changing my name, bro. I didn't know
I didn't even think about that.
The Wave G. You're the top GX.
I didn't think about that, bro.
Another thing, and I find another thing, and we can move off this point because I think we're beating a dead horse. It doesn't fucking guys.
I'm learning something. I don't know. I haven't been up to date.
What I think is interesting too, and what I think, it's kind of like I think Tony has pointed this out about anybody like in government, right? Like, what is the motive for that person saying those things? And so when I look at Hustler's, whatever his business is, I'm like, that's why you're doing it, bro. You know? And so if you were honest about that and said like, I'm just saying what I need to tell people so they can come to my fucking platform and pay for my membership, dog, you know?
Yeah.
But when you try to act like, oh no, I'm just trying to empower everybody. And it's like, yeah, but you're really leading them to this fucking Hustlers University thing. That's why when your pockets got
funneling
hit,
them in,
it's just funnel.
And so that's why I'm like, and so then I'm like, well,
good business. And what about you? You didn't say if you agreed.
Yeah.
About him being canceled. Yeah. I don't agree with it.
I don't agree with it either.
I don't agree with it.
Yeah. I think canceled is an interesting one. Like
or banned from platforms.
I think banned I can agree with. Canceled is like, well, that's
because he's not canceled. He's more. I see him more now post banning or post banning than I ever did before.
I also just think it's the fucking algorithm though, bro. Because for a while I saw him, now I don't see him.
Me too.
It's the algorithms need to be banned.
Well, I think
those fucking things are sending
AI, bro.
They're sending you shit that you like watch for a little bit too long. Like sometimes I look at things and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna scroll out just because I don't want more of these fucking things to come up.
So I mean, there's an interesting conversation with Rogan and Mark Zuckerberg. I didn't finish it. But it is really interesting on how Zuckerberg tries to explain the algorithms and stuff. You know, like he says his idea is not to purposely get you trapped into only one thing you like, but to also show you other things that you would like, that you may like, or that maybe your friends or close family like.
To be completely honest, dude, I don't even think he understands how it works. Well, it's like beyond like I think it's getting to that point.
Well, I mean, he's not sitting there writing code for everything, right? He can direct it, but he's not the one that's actually doing it.
Correct.
At the end of the day, bro, everybody who's like anybody who's part of a company, all the employees are there for one thing, for that company to make profit, bro. And so if I need to write an algorithm that, it shows you things that people no, motherfucker, you want me to stay on this app. That's what you want.
And that's why Instagram changed. Because you don't stay on the app for Instagram liking pictures. It's for scrolling through the little stories, reels. That's what they're pushing.
Dude,
that's what they're pushing right now, bro.
Even the banning, I don't even think like whether I agree or not is like besides the point. You motherfuckers don't ban him because you don't want that on your platform. You ban him because if you leave it on for too long, people are gonna leave your app and go to an app that has things they want to watch.
But what is the app that replaces it? There's nothing.
There is nothing right now, bro.
TikTok, and he's all over TikTok.
So TikTok, Instagram.
As soon as, bro, you don't think there's some fucking genius in a little booth saying I'm creating an app right now and looking at everybody and saying, okay, where's that one failing? Where's that one failing? Everyone's trying to come up, bro. It was MySpace. It was Facebook. Like they all, even Facebook's like, well, let's rebrand. Now we're Meta, motherfuckers.
Well,
like,
but Facebook is the best at adapting other people's stuff and making it their own. Right?
Well, that's why they bought Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, they bought Instagram because it was taking over.
And they tried to buy TikTok, right?
I'm sure they did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they have Reels now, which is competes. They have Stories, which competes with Snap. I mean, there's nothing.
They tried to buy Snapchat too.
Yeah, I mean, and now they're doing
Snapchat failed. Like that thing didn't. That thing
hard
is
to
gone.
compete.
And I got a notification just last week about a boxer I follow. It's like pay $7 to subscribe to their exclusive stuff. So now
they have that now on Instagram.
It's basically fucking OnlyFans, Patreon or whatever.
It's all business, bro. I realize.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
we're always on it.
I had a professor in college tell me this, and I never forgot it. He's like, if you don't pay for a product, you are the product. If you have access to something for free, you're what they're trying to buy. And that's all it is, bro. So as soon as you don't pay for something, Mario tells me this all the time when we're like, we want to go out, but we don't want to pay cover. He's like, bro, just pay cover, dog, because then all the people who don't want to pay don't show up and flood the fucking market, you know? It's just, that's the truth of it, bro. We are the product. We're the ones that they're trying to, like, how can we keep them on this app?
So would you prefer a adless, algorithmless TikTok or Instagram where you pay a $5 subscription fee?
No.
Me either. I don't mind seeing the ads.
But it's only because I'm not that into the social. Like, I'm into TikTok, and I feel like my TikTok is A1 right now. Everything it shows me is fire, bro. It shows me the coolest things that I like to see. Like, I've figured the algorithm knows me well right now, for real.
But don't you think there's stuff that you do like that's not showing up?
There has to be. Yeah.
I mean, but Tony, isn't there a million things in this world that I don't know about that I would love to know about? Like, we're being first world problems right now, saying like, oh, my TikTok is just not being that informational. Like, well, yeah,
you got to spend more time on it. It'll get there.
Exactly.
The one thing that TikTok is not showing everybody is all of our clips on Above the Waves pod.
It's because we're not posting
TikTok
enough,
Above the Waves.
Let's be honest.
Okay, with the fact.
Yeah, we're not working the algorithms. All right, so let's switch subjects.
Yeah, listen, that's a fun conversation.
It's a good topic, though.
It is a fun conversation. It definitely is a fun.
All right, so I really didn't want to talk about this, but
you did, because you went right to it. Yeah. You went right to it.
You really did.
Okay, so the Baby's concert got canceled this past week.
I heard about that.
Oh, that's sad, bro. I think it's sad when an artist, bro. Imagine being an.
It was okay. Let me just break it down.
Yeah. Sorry.
So he had a stadium concert in New Orleans. It was
New Orleans.
Supposedly,
where's he from?
The South somewhere.
Isn't he from New Orleans? He always has Hornets jerseys on.
I'm not sure, but
I'm just saying that would be even more epic. That would be even worse.
No, I think he might be from like South Carolina or something. I could be wrong.
You're right. No, you're right. But even then, bro, if you're from the South should support you.
South is the South, right?
South is the South.
So the venue supposedly had a 14K capacity. He only sold
14K.
He only sold.
It's not that much.
And we don't know how real reports. Everything's clickbait.
Wait, real quick. Is 14K that much?
Yeah,
it's a lot.
Yeah.
What's a venue here in LA that's 14K? Or like, ballpark me.
Have you been to the Staples? Or crypto?
I don't think anybody has in a long while. No, I know what you mean. Yeah, I've been there.
How many is that?
I don't know.
That's like 20?
25 or something.
Okay, it's a little bit smaller.
Okay, so it's stadium. It's a stadium.
Yeah, it's an arena.
Oh, okay.
So they said only if like 500 people bought tickets.
Wow.
They lowered.
No way, bro.
This is, again, we don't know. It could be clickbait, but this is reported by a lot of things. Now, it could have just been one place that reported it and everyone else just jumped on that, and they could have been lying in the first place, like a lot of shit is.
You know what?
You know
why I think that's probably true? Sorry, because of the scalpers. You know how people like, you know what we talked about one time on the pod where like all these fucking people buy them and then they resell them?
Yeah.
So,
but that's counted. That's still counted as a sold ticket.
So even those people didn't buy it?
Yes.
Whoa.
So I guess they said only about 500 people bought. Now,
but you know what though, Tony? And I don't know this to be true, but those companies probably do like, it's kind of like buying stock. Like, all right, I'll take these off your hand. You front me the cash, or like I won't pay you until like, you know what I mean? And so they're probably like, bro, nobody bought them. And they sent them back, and they're like, damn, we really only made fucking. I'm postulating. I don't know. But anyways, finish.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know what his fall from grace was. I don't know if it was the gay rant at Rolling Loud.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was
Although he had a little bit of a cleanup arc after the gay rant.
Yeah, he apologized, but then that stuff with Danny Lay came out, and she's a fan favorite, even though she's very toxic from what I can see her talking, or not toxic, just scary. He had the incident with Danny Lay's brother at the bowling alley where he went to attack everybody, and basically he saw on their stories and his friends' stories
where they were at.
He went over by himself with a group of 20 people,
against a group of 20 people.
Yeah, try to physically attack them and gets jumped. Okay, so now it's the baby's fault, right? So there's a lot of stuff I'm not too sure of. I don't pay attention to anything. I only listen to the music. I liked his verse on Kanye's album. His album with NBA YoungBoy was...
Is that a song?
No, they dropped a collab album.
NBA YoungBoy.
Yeah, so their fans loved it. If you're not outside fans, you don't love it. And what he had was he crossed that commercial threshold.
Right.
And he lost that threshold, right? So he can probably still do big crowds at like a Rolling Loud or a music festival, but as far as by himself, I don't know if people are willing to put forth that effort. And it feels bad because he was just one of the biggest artists a couple years ago, 2019.
No, he was huge, bro. Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. I mean, another thing a professor told me one time is like, hey, you vote with your dollar. I think I've told you that before. So I think some group of people don't like what he's doing, whether it is Danny Lay being toxic or not. I think he has a kid with her. And so I think it creates this thing of like, we don't like deadbeat dads. If I had to guess what it was, because I agree, he apologized for the gay rant.
Did you watch the video of her and Danny Lay?
I did. I couldn't keep track of what was going on.
Yeah, it was kind of. It wasn't good.
It was.
It was one of those where you watching like being a child who was put in the middle of that growing up. I was like, I don't want to see this shit. It bothered. It was very bothersome.
Look, bro. Whether at that point, whether it was the baby's fault or Danny Lay's fault, who knows? It got really ugly, and that's all we saw, right?
Yeah. So now let me talk to you about what I really wanted to talk about. I just want to throw you guys off. Irv Gotti's a piece of shit. Okay.
Irv Gotti's a fucking psycho,
Irv Gotti's a piece of shit man that cannot let shit go and it's only using. And I'm not even telling you guys what it is. I'm just saying now he's only using this shit to try to put his name back in popularity, back in the circles, right? So
what happened?
So Irv Gotti goes on Drink Champs with Ja Rule to promote his new Murder Inc. documentary. And he spends a lot of the time just trashing Ashanti, calling her that bitch and all this stuff. Basically, he's saying he had a thing with her back in the day. It's so bad that Fat Joe had to make a public statement saying, you guys are fucking cheese balls. What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Ja Rule's shit too, because you're right there and you're not sticking up for her. Because I was on tour with this. I didn't see none of this stuff. There was rumors, but I didn't see none of this stuff. But the fact that you're a grown man talking about stuff from 20 years ago, the fuck is wrong with you? Right?
Who's Irv Gotti anyway? Like,
no, so
who are you, bro? Like,
Irv Gotti was.
I know who I'm saying facetiously. I'm saying like, who are you today? You're nobody.
Today he's nobody.
Even Ja Rule, the last thing you were was a fucking Fire Fest investor that fucking got burned. Like, come on, guys. I think that's trash, bro.
I think the way he did it was trash. I think you should never kiss and tell. That's what my mom told me as a kid. Right, never kiss and tell. You don't go out there and just run your mouth. Right?
Like that video I saw. There's a video of him, Jeremy, where he's like, "Yeah, like we were in the studio and she's wearing these Juicy Couture sweatpants, and her ass was fat. And then so I told her I'll take you home, and she said cool. And he says that she turned around to go in and he grabbed her, kissed her, and grabbed her fat ass.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like." That type of details, like, did we really need to know? Even if you did have a thing with Ashanti, cool, that's dope. That's your call to glory that you had a thing with Ashanti. Like, come on, bro. And then I saw a TikTok where someone asked him, like, damn, did you really have to go and say those things about Ashanti? He's like, well, they asked me to be in this documentary, and you would have been mad if I didn't talk about it at all. And so now you're mad that I did talk about it. So I had to bring it up, or else you guys would say I'm a pussy.
No, I think that was the only way to get people to watch a documentary from 20 years ago. So all those people who were fans of that Murder Inc. era are 20 years older, right?
Yeah.
So you were in high school or however long ago it was. You know, you're a kid, you're in high school. This was like my college era. I was like, that's stupid. I didn't even care in the first place, right? Like,
no, I think it was pretty trash when he did that.
But to trash a woman like that is horrible. Just say, this is what he said on Drink Champs. He said, me and her had a thing, you know, I was fucking that bitch, whatever he was saying. And I'm watching the NBA game and someone called me and said, turn on the game. I turn on the game. I see Ashanti and Nelly in the front row. And that's when I found out she was fucking Nelly and that's when she stopped fucking with him. And he's like, what the fuck? Why would you say shit like that? Like, why is that important? But I guess he has nothing else going on.
I mean, who is he, bro? In today's day and age, who is Irv Gotti?
I don't remember the last song he produced. And that's where he started off as a producer for Rough Riders before starting Murder Inc.
Whatever, bro. Fuck Irv Gotti. Like,
he's acting like this is the worst thing he didn't complete. It was like marrying her or something. The worst thing he didn't complete during that time, he was setting up a group called Murder Inc. This was an actual group. It was DMX, Jay-Z, and Ja Rule.
Wow.
And there's a song on Ja Rule's first album, and you hear, I think Jay-Z, Murder Inc. And this was before Murder Inc. was an actual label. Yeah. This was supposed to be their group. And there's a cover on the Source magazine saying the next big super group.
Wow.
Which would have been amazing outside of... I mean, Ja had his... He was pretty good.
Ja had a run, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, he wasn't as... Not as good. I don't know. He's good. He's good. I don't want to put him down.
I mean, DMX was probably... I mean, Jay-Z, obviously, but DMX probably would have been the highlight. And Ja Rule would have been third in that, for sure.
On the Backstage documentary... have you seen it?
I haven't seen... It's on BET, right? I fucking don't even want to go watch it now that everybody's being a prick, though. But
I don't even. No, I don't think he's in it. The Backstage.
I'm sorry.
It was basically the Def Jam Rockefeller tour. Jay-Z, Method Man, Redman, DMX.
Yeah.
All them out on tour. They would have ciphers in the back.
I think I have seen.
And there is a video of Jay-Z and DMX rapping in the back, and there's all these like stories of them battling back in the day where people have these videos because they showed snippets of it, but not the full videos. And them two came up at the same time. So it's like, oh, he's from that hood. I'm from this hood.
Right.
He's the best rapper. I'm the best rapper.
Sort of like the Nas and Jay-Z thing a little bit.
Yeah, but this was pre that because while they were over there rapping, doing this stuff, Nas was selling 3-4 million.
Baller.
Right? So Nas, seen him put them together, watch him take it apart. Right. So,
yeah. Again, bro, I think Irv Gotti's just being a fucking loser. Fucking a cheeseball's a good way to put it. Like, just like, bro,
what the fuck's wrong with you, bro? Let it go.
And Ashanti's like, bro, like she moved numbers, bro.
I think he just wanted to say, like, tell everyone, hey, I was with Ashanti.
Yes,
that's just the main thing.
Exactly what he was trying to do. Like, hey, I hit that. Like, all right, cool. It should have just been like, yeah, I dated her, bro. It didn't work out.
Yeah.
Even if he would have said, then I saw her on fucking the basketball game with Nelly, bro, and that was it. I would even that would be like, hey, fuck, factual, bro. That's factually what happened, But to say the whole bitch thing, I think is fucking ruthless.
To disrespect like that, especially after how much money she made him.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Ridiculous amount of money.
Like, at some point, like Murder Inc. the label, like Ja Rule and Ashanti, like if we compare those numbers, I don't think Ja Rule carried that label. Like Ashanti had a big part in that label.
Yeah, I think it's like yin and yang. I think
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but what I'm saying is like I don't think there's a Murder Inc. with just Ja.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. At least not to that caliber.
And probably that's actually the truth for most labels. I think that's why everyone tried to bring a female in. But at the end of the day, Ashanti carries her shit, bro. Like I don't know. I think it's kind of trashy, and it's like you're a fucking cheeseball, bro.
You're a cheeseball. Hey, hose down to the cheeseballs. We don't like y'all.
Oh God!
All right, I do want to talk about something.
We have enough camera time?
Real quick, can I connect on one of you guys' Wi-Fi real quick?
Yeah, I'll put you on mine.
Hotspot?
Hotspot.
You are the hotspot. Hotspot.
There's the password right there. You could read the password into the mic just so everybody knows what I put.
Hey, so
read the password into the mic.
All right, let me read it real quick.
Fucking hilarious.
Did you just?
Here, right? Is that yours? No.
It should be like GX iPhone.
Tu mama 1115.
Did
My password for the thing is tu mama. Your mother.
Hey, your mom's house.
Bro, I was like, "Damn, this is what Tony." Well, I knew you.
Okay, so we were on the way over here, and I was like, "Oh, I'm on my way," and Jeremy's like,
Does it? You just hit share and it's.
Yeah. Oh,
Jeremy goes, "Hey, where are you going?"
Yeah.
I was like, your mom's house?"
Yeah. Question mark.
Question mark.
Yeah. So I saw it and I was like, LOL. Like that's like, bro, in the fucking, high square, that would have been like, oh, he got you, bro. He's in your mom's house.
So I got to put the question mark.
That's bad. I think the question mark was a good ad. Good save.
Yeah. All right, so I did. So DJ Khaled just dropped God Did.
God Did?
Now, what album this is, I don't know, because he's dropped a lot of shit. On top of mixtapes, right? And before I get into this album and talk about my rating of it, I wanted to say how much I appreciated it. And that's...
God Did.
Well, no, I feel like in a way that kind of skews my rating of it, because it takes me back to the 2003 to 2014 mixtape era.
With
right?
all the features?
With all the features, where you would get features you would never get, but this DJ was like, "Oh, you both like fuck with me. I'm put you both together." And I mean, I am not really a fan of DJ Khaled stuff. You could go back to episode like 4. We talk about his last album. I really don't give a fuck that much about his music, but the fact that he's able to continue to bring these features back out, it's like you see a DJ Khaled album come out, he's like, "Oh, Hove's gonna be on it," right? Which you rarely get a verse a year at this point.
Drake's gonna be on it.
Drake's gonna be on it, right?
For sure.
He threw Drake and the Baby back on a song together, which I guess they had Girls Like Girls last year. But that's where you first heard Little Baby was from Drake's album.
In that interview with Speedy that he does, and Speedy's from Complex. You know who Speedy is? He's like a younger guy. He's part of Complex. He's like
I
one
have
of
to
the
see him.
reporters. You know exactly who he is. He does an interview with Khaled, and Khaled's like, "I like what Drake likes," you know. And
Well, I mean,
and it's been everybody likes what Drake likes, of course, and that's why I thought like Khaled is a fucking. I would have said a couple days ago, Khaled's a fucking idiot. I'm an idiot. He honestly, bro. Do I think he's probably one of the best producers in the world? Fuck no.
No.
But something about his charisma gets everybody to want to hop on his shit. Either he's pestering them and they just say yes out of like, just send this fucking man the verse because I want him to shut up. I don't know what he's doing, but his executive production skills, his skills on being able to pull people onto an album is noteworthy. For sure.
amazing.
For sure.
Amazing.
I agree.
Did you hear the Jay-Z verse or that song itself? God Did, the actual song the album's named after. Did you hear that or no?
Yeah.
First of all, Rick Ross's verse, I love him on those type of songs. That's probably where I love him the best. Lil Wayne verse, dude. I'm gonna bust a chewy real quick and
show us the verse
and read the lyrics, because these lyrics are so spot on that.
So you like the Wayne verse?
Let me show you what he said. He said, "I'm so cultivating, everybody replicate me.
You gotta hear this.
Face facts. Dreadlocks, face texts.
Oof.
I'm the apex. Oof. I made the culture.
Oof.
Never laid back."
Oof.
It's like,
That's kind of a throwaway verse, but that's Apex is fire.
no, but what he's saying is, I created this culture today. I'm
He's
so
right.
cultivating, everyone
No, he's right. Replicating.
replicated.
No, he's right.
All your dreadlocks, all your face tats.
He is right.
Face facts.
He is right.
This whole generation of what the kids are to now, or what these younger rappers are to now.
Nailed it. You are right.
I didn't catch it on the first go around because I was so I was just waiting for that whole verse. And when I went back, I was like, just that itself might be more powerful than the Jay's verse, even though Jay's verse is great.
Yeah. I mean, I don't love Jay, I think, the way most people do. I do think his verse was cool, but Yeah, I mean, Wayne is right. I mean, he's right, bro. He really did create the culture we are today. He created the way. Like, I know we give Drake a lot of fucking credit, but Drake wouldn't be here without Wayne. The Migos wouldn't be here without Wayne. Most of these rappers with tats on the face would not be here without Wayne.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, Wayne did it, bro.
Yeah, that obscene amount of auto-tune where it makes it sound like you can actually sing.
Yeah.
I mean, and that goes on to, like Anuel, like, using that much.
Oh, bro, Wayne, if Anuel was to be, and I'm sure he's said it, bro. Like most of those Latino artists who are rapping, they love Wayne.
Yeah,
Wayne created, and not that people weren't using autotune back in the day, they were, and they probably used it before him. But the way that he brought it into the genre of hip hop, which was supposed to be this rugged rap, and it's supposed to feel like raw, and he's like, nah, fuck it, throw some autotune on that, make it weird. Let's make that, bro. Travis is nothing without Wayne.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone is.
Like no, like bro, literally, Wayne is right. And I'm not even that big of a Wayne fan, but you gotta give him where it's due.
As far as influence,
yeah, no, the culture is where the culture is because of Wayne in a lot of ways.
The apex.
Yeah, that's just. I think the fact that he said the apex, like, damn, the apex predator. He's the one that, like, if he really wanted to get back on and kill everybody and eat everybody for breakfast, he probably could do it, and that's probably true.
Yeah. So for the album itself, I gave about 3.5. I don't like everything on it. I just like the concept of it. I was listening to it the other day and I was just thinking about how much I just enjoyed the fact that I can get features.
That's sick.
Or duos from people that normally don't collaborate, or collaborations with people that don't collaborate. Like he had not on this album, but he had Quavo, Childish Gambino, and Justin Bieber on a song. Or he got Riri and Bryson Tiller on a song. Right? I woke up and listening to that, like, I need to actually respect this guy more.
I thought the same thing after it. I thought the exact same thing. Like, I was like, that's what I was trying to say when I opened up. Like, I trashed Khaled a lot, and I'm gonna lay off that.
Yeah.
Until proven otherwise, he'll probably give me some shit that I'm like, I knew it. I was right.
Yeah, until his career does what his jet ski does and just runs out of fucking gas in the middle of the ocean, he's gonna be fine.
He's good, bro. He's good. He's good. I don't know that he's a great producer or that he's like something like legendary in that sense, but I like being able to put pieces of a game into the game, like bringing them all into a position of where they can actually play and attack is strategic, bro. You know, I give the album a 3. I didn't listen to it very much, to be honest with you. I peeped the good verses and I was like, yeah, people went off on this shit. Yeah. You know, Drake is there and he always brings people there, and yeah, he did great. You know,
so many people were trashing that Drake and Lil Baby Staying Alive. I thought it was decent.
I thought it was good too. I thought it was good. Look,
Staying Alive.
It's
you didn't like it?
I didn't listen to it, but it didn't sound like I like it.
It was good, bro. It in the sense of like, look, so many people now. And maybe this is too long a conversation, but like this thought of like, are there any original ideas, right? Which I think maybe we shouldn't go there because we'll go into this long tangent. But like at some point, like that song was iconic, right? The BG Staying Alive was iconic, bro. Why not sort of do a little rendition of it? Like, yeah. And I would go as far as to say the people that didn't like it is because they want hip hop to be hard and they want it to be this thing that's like, I want you to tell me about how sick it is to kill people.
No one knows what hip hop is anymore. I mean, it's in a very weird place right now, right? Where like the best rappers lyrically aren't getting any shine. I know that's always happened, but they're basically getting, even ones that would have competed 5-10 years ago, not getting any shine, and they're getting overlooked for these. I don't even know what to call this era right now. You know, so
yeah.
And as far as going back to the iconic stuff, he did redo the Eddie Murphy party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. Yeah, my girl wants.
I don't know. I think those things. I think it's cool, bro.
And I thought Quavo and Takeoff had like they did their job.
I think it's fun. I think it's fun. And like, bro, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I don't think it's bad. Like, okay, am I gonna play it in my car? No, but when I hear it, I'm like, huh, that's cheeky. I think it's very tongue in cheek. It's very like little paying homage to like those, and then still giving you something that you kind of like, you know. And to your point about like, I mean, I would say that those artists, those hip hop artists, when they first started sampling music in the 80s to the 90s, were like, that's not really what we were doing anymore, right? Like everybody looks at the next generation and says, well, that's not what I was doing, so that's not what hip hop is. Yeah. But like going back to kind of the opening conversation with Bad Bunny, like why is Bad Bunny so big, is like all these megastars find a way to rejig what it is to be that thing, right? Yeah. Reggaeton couldn't make it past the fucking early 2000s until artists started to sort of do it differently, right? It still has the bass and the kits that sound the same, but it's different, and that's cool, dog. You know, I don't know, in my opinion, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with things changing. I'm okay with like, it's not how it was, but this is kind of cool too. So that's just my sentiment.
So I got a question. So what that reminds me of is radio stations like a K-Day. I don't even know if they're still around.
I'm sure there are. Huh?
Or like
I'm sure there are.
93.1 in LA. They just play classic music, or the most popular music from that time, right? And it's like so many people get stuck in whatever the era was that they grew up in, like whether it's high school and college, their young years.
Their heyday.
Their heyday, yeah. Whatever they thought was like the best years of their life, right?
And it makes, that's cool.
Well, that is cool. Like you want to stay in that, but I'm saying like, to me, that's cool for people. That's not cool for me.
Yeah.
Right. So I was talking to Nicole. We went to. This is very funny. I went to.
I'll be the judge of that.
I went to the Truly LA bar in downtown LA at Angel Brewer. Angel City Brewery. And I walk up, and we're walking up to get our IDs checked, and I look up.
What do you
the fuck? And I turn around, I go to Nicole, I was like, do you see that? Like, am I tripping? Fucking Angelo's over there from the outfit from the last pod.
Yeah.
He's standing there, and I was like, and he sees me. By the time I turn around back at him, and he's like, "What the?" We both like, "What the fuck happened?"
You know, when I went there, so I went on a party bus. Real quick recap: my cousin, my extended cousin's getting married. Her fiance, who they're getting married in 2 weeks. He had a bachelor party, which was basically just a party bus in LA.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I wasn't like my cousin asked my other cousin, who kind of sort of helped plan it, hits me up. He's like, oh, what do you want to like? We're doing this thing. What do you recommend? Like, oh, you should do this, and this. He's like, why don't you come with us? Hey, fuck it, I'll go. So I get in this party bus. I pull up to Angel City. When I get to Angel City, I think to myself, I'm gonna run into somebody, right? Like I'm in LA. Like I'm.
When was this? Like
Saturday.
Okay. I was like, I'm gonna run into somebody, and I run into probably one of the most iconic people I could run into, right? And so like I'm at this food truck, and I'm not even getting food. I'm a little buzzed by now, but I'm also like kind of like trying to wrangle because I kind of got pulled in like late. So I was like, well, what do you guys want to do? You guys are kind of asking me to like tell us where you want to go.
So he's the young, cool, fun guy that everyone's like, hey, you come with us.
Not so much. And I appreciate that, but you're giving me far too much credit. Me and my cousin have a really good relationship. My cousin J-Rock, who I love to death, he's really more like my uncle. He's like a father figure to me. Him and I mix together. So when he's like, I'm going out, but like he kind of told me like, I don't know that these fools know what they want to do, dog. Can you just come and like help us? Like, I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll go.
The first thing he said to me was like, we introduced me to everybody, dapped me up. Dad pulled me closer. He said, "You're coming to this party bus with us."
Because I was like, you know what? Now that I see Tony Parker, I was like, ooh, if I got this fool to go on a party bus with me, these fools would have the time of their lives. Like I was like, because I'm already buzzed, right? Like, so I'm already like, oh, if I see Tony, like, damn, if I get this fool on a party bus, these fools are never gonna fucking stop talking about it.
Yeah. So
how was Truly, anyways? I didn't end up going. I told them I was gonna pull up, and then these fools wanted to leave.
Truly's just like an Instagram picture pop.
That's what
spot.
I think. I thought it was just a photo op.
Food wasn't that bad though. Food wasn't that bad.
I saw someone eating some pasta. They had good stuff.
I didn't get the pasta, but
there's at Angel City Brewery next door. I don't know if you know this. There's a Truly like expo. What is that fucking thing? Is it gonna be there forever?
I think so. It's their basically drink their drinks.
It's their Heineken house.
Yeah, type thing.
That's what I thought it was.
One funny thing about that place is it's sort of like New York, where there's not designated men and women bathrooms. There's just a bathroom, and then stalls. So I ran into Tanya from Coachella camp.
Yeah.
So we ran into someone from our camp at Coachella.
Wow.
Over the years. So it's pretty funny. But what I wanted to say was that when I was there, I listen to a lot of the music, and for some reason in popular culture, a lot of the music is when we were in high school and college and young, which is that 96 to 2006, the Ja Rules, the
remix
Ashanti,
or the
all the original songs.
Interesting.
This is the same stuff they play at like 143, same things they
That's
played.
what you play at your wedding.
A lot of that wasn't my choice, but yeah, a lot of that stuff.
Okay.
Right.
I thought you said you were good with the music. I asked you were.
Well,
talking about it.
got to make the wife happy, right? So, but
Happy wife, happy life.
yeah, but a lot of that is it's that same era, which is I'm sick of hearing. That was on the radio every day when we were kids. You go to it's been at every party since, every club since.
I think what it is, and maybe this isn't where you want the conversation to go, but as I think through it, I think what it is like people from our generation, like I'm throwing myself in yours now.
Well, you were the younger one looking up.
Yeah, right. I think like it's kind of like, well, we just had such a good time, and like we don't relate to the music now, right? Like for example, like, and I fuck with like Juice WRLD and XXXTentacion. Demi's gonna hate me for saying I do, but I do. Like I do think it's cool what they did.
One day when you say I do, she won't.
I think it's dope. You know what I think is dope? I think it's dope that those kids found a way to express themselves. Now, do I relate with it? Do I think it's not adding value? Perhaps, right? Like I don't know that all this suicide talk is good for us, but I get it. People need to express themselves. You feel that way, bro, right? Like,
I'm shaking my head. My favorite artist right now is Trippie Redd.
Right? No, and that's why, and I understand why you like Trippie. Like, do I fuck with Trippie? No, but when Trippie comes on, I still listen because I'm like, well, what is he talking about, right? What is he saying? So, like, I think what it is like it's created a world, and we're like a lot of people, because the '90s music was a lot of that, like late '90s, early 2000s. I feel, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like it was a lot about like having a good time. Everybody was having a really fucking good time early 2000s, late 90s. They were making some really happy-go-lucky shit.
I like it. Yeah.
Things have taken a weird turn in society, and so the music reflects that. And so I think it's cool to listen to if you relate, but is it cool to have a drink and like have a good conversation? Probably not. Like, oh, my friends are dead. Like, you know, like, nah, my friends are right here sitting with me, so I don't really want to hear that.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why people are like, if it's not Drake or Khaled, we shouldn't really be playing it. Let's just play this shit that people felt good to.
Yeah. No,
that's cool,
I can agree with that. I mean,
I think it's cool.
I know why. I just don't like it. I just don't like hearing the same song. So I'm very. I like to change shit up a lot.
Also, too, you're a fucking audiophile, so you've probably listened to those songs way more than most people have.
Well, like the thing that always bothered me,
like
and this is from the beginning. This is from when I first started buying albums. So my dad would give me lunch money, and instead of buying, I eat lunch one day and buy an album at the warehouse at the end of and be starving the rest of the week because Tuesdays when the album came out.
Skinny back then, skinny legend back then. But the Walkman was packed though.
I would listen to albums.
You didn't have a Walkman. What did you listen to?
You have a Walkman?
Really? Oh damn.
Well, Walkman with the CD Walkmans.
Yeah, no, like the yellow one.
Yeah, the no shake, you know?
The one that you could like pop the lid open and still like it would still be spinning.
No, it had the clasp. No shake.
I like those, bro. Those were hard. You ever see those?
Yeah.
And the Walkman logo was like the little 3 little circles.
Yeah, I had the yellow one. I had the yellow tape one.
I find that so funny.
I had the yellow tape one and the CD, but
you knew people had the cheap ones when they run too hard.
It runs, you're like, shh, hey, don't move it. You know?
Yeah, no, mine was a no skip.
I had a rugged one, dog. Like I had the iPhone rugged case on that shit.
Yeah, but I would listen like to albums religiously to the point of like I found the second best song to me was always the best song.
Second, third, and fourth.
Yeah.
So you were like, I don't gotta hear that fucking radio one anymore.
But what those songs became the radio hits a month later. So I was sick of these songs because I had been playing them every day before they became the singles.
Gift and a curse, my friend. Gift and a curse.
These ears are amazing, and they still hurt. You know what I mean?
How good are they?
This one's better. This one's not that good anymore.
I'm gonna come. I feel you. I
well, you're my dog, so I would do that.
You would jerk me off. That's a full circle moment. Very good, Tony. Very good capitalization. I agree. I understand what you're saying because me too. Like I'm like, I heard this song a million fucking times already, bro. Like my cousins would DJ and shit, all the top 40s of that time, and like I've heard those shits being mixed a million times. Yeah. I don't need to hear it, but I understand. I get it. I get why you're still there.
Okay, so let's talk about A new artist I love. Era dropped Sweet.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
It's great.
It's great.
The last two the single he dropped before that, where he did the music video where that girl's in a retail store.
The Rainbow.
Fucking great too.
Yeah.
No, he's killing it.
Yeah. And this one, to me, this is a 5. I really got a chance to kind of dive into this song. And as far as an artist, especially the last song, him rapping a little bit, which I didn't know, and I had to go dive into and find out he did rap on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely has it. Yeah. He's definitely the. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. He's definitely the similar to Latino Giveon.
Yeah,
I still stand on that.
Oh, really nice.
I said that before. I don't know.
I didn't catch that, but now that I'm hearing it again, wow.
Like the same
Good
type of
fucking
feel,
analogy.
Deep voice.
Good analogy.
Right?
Yeah. You know, I was thinking about, as we were talking about cancellations, I was realizing, like, damn, you know what? When people aren't able to fully monetize, there's a freedom there, bro.
Because
you're doing it because it's what comes out of your nuts, not because you want to make money off of it. And that's a beautiful moment to have. That beautiful moment before where you're great, but you're not really like getting that respect and that the sponsorships and the ads and all that.
Well, I think that's why
such a freedom.
Why we love artists before they go big. I mean, outside of like we hate when everyone likes it. Another thing is like their artistic freedom, the creative freedom,
bro.
Because once the money comes behind them, we hate that they only make the same music again.
Yeah.
But then we also hate when people don't change, and then we hate when they do change.
No, we're the worst. We are the worst.
Yeah, as fans, we're the worst.
We're the worst because we fucked if you do, fucked if you don't. I just to give it that a rating. I didn't listen to it much. I give it a 4 off the bat.
I give it a 5. It's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, no, fucking valid. I'm not even gonna argue that. Cheers.
Hose up.
Hose up.
I do think it's very almost. I guess so. I do think it's important for artists to always continue to change and continue to try to grow and challenge their creative side, because if they don't, then when are we going to get their best music, right?
Well, I think we have to stop falling in love with songs and start realizing that what we're falling in love with is the art. And if we could all start looking at it as art, I think we would be a little bit less like let down, right? Because you're like, oh, this is the expression of now, right?
Yeah.
I trash Frank Ocean all the time. Number one, Frank Ocean trasher. One thing I fuck with Frank Ocean about, and the reason I think he doesn't drop music often is because he does not want to fall victim to. I can't believe I'm about to say this. I think Frank Ocean does not want to fall victim to this idea of like you became part of this money train. And so because you can monetize it, you're going to just kind of pick that formula. Frank Ocean's like, fuck that. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I'm just sad about something.
Well, his last album came out 6 years ago, this past August, I believe. 6 years. Yeah, 6 years ago. And to me, his music is always timeless. I mean, I think he can be around forever. I really think he can be around forever.
Fair enough, yeah, probably.
But I do want to talk about an artist who's changing. I know people are sometimes complaining about it. Mr. Calvin Harris just dropped.
Wow.
What was it called? Funk
Waves Volume 2.
Above the Waves Volume 2?
I think he was trying to
copy.
He was trying to bait us. He was trying to bait us like, yo, fuck with me. So I think he wanted to hear what Jeremy has to say.
Yeah. I think being
he's baiting you, bro. I don't know. He called it Funk Waves Volume 2. Like, yeah. So I fuck with Above the Waves Volume 2 is what it's called.
Yeah, I didn't like it at first. At all. That's kind of like way too chill for me.
Right.
But I can see how people like it. But like the second and third time I listened to it, it kind of like grew on me a little bit.
It's not the Calvin that you like fucks with.
Yeah, but I still appreciate the music that he puts out. But it's not like an easy listening for me. You know what I mean? It's more like, I don't know. There's a few artists in there like you could have done without maybe like a couple of the artists.
Yeah, the Busta Rhymes What the fuck was that?
You know what I hate?
I love Busta Rhymes.
I do, but
I love Busta Rhymes. I didn't like that way that pairing was.
I fuck with. I don't know. I like that Busta Rhymes.
It sounded like Busta Rhymes, like mixer from his house mixed that shit, and his voice is not there.
Sure, maybe.
I hate when like they like the Snoop Dogg. He's like, hey, this is the Snoop Dogg and Calvin Harris experience. In the beginning, I'm just like,
yeah.
How can you always listen to that if it's like gonna be an intro?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, on top of that, I hate tags. I hate producer tags. I hate
really.
Why put that on there, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I hate that. What was it?
Mustard on the beat.
Ho. Yeah, I hate that. I just want to hear music. Like, I don't like any artist.
You don't like the producer tag of like Lex Luger, like
London on the track. No,
I like that
stuff. I thought it was fire.
I just don't like them.
Not vocal tags, but like a sound effect.
Yeah. No, I just don't.
Sound effects are cool too.
That's what I'm talking about. Lex Luger was like had the
definitely hard.
That,
no, being a struggling artist from the 2000s,
forever struggling.
Forever still struggling, and we used to take beats off of what was that? It wasn't SoundCloud. What was that website?
I forgot what it was called. I know what you're talking about.
No, Audio Mac. No, whatever it was. But you would get these great beats.
The mixtape I did when I was in high school too I had songs with the producer tag too. This is stupid.
Yeah, I mean even J. Cole did a Diddy song or something after, and he even talks about it in his mixtape. He's like, "Hey, I could have called and just got the actual one without this fucking tag on it, but I didn't have time. So yeah, I just hate tags. I think it started from JD from this is so deaf. I hate that shit. Just play the fucking music. Yeah, I hate that. Producers want to be rappers. I hate rappers want to be singers. I hate singers want to be rappers.
To that point, I don't know if you saw Hit Boy, right? There was a point where Hit Boy wasn't using tags in some of the track. So Hit Boy has an interview where he says that Kanye told him that tags were corny. He's like, nah, don't tag them. Fuck that, don't tag them. And he's like, a lot of those songs that I did with Ty Dolla $ign, I did a lot of big major tracks that nobody knows that I did them. Nobody knows that I was on those because he didn't have the Hit Boy right before he drops. And so I think I'm saying, like, I think I know why they did it. Do I like them? I kind of think some of them are catchy. I think whenever fucking Future does your tag, like he did for what was that one DJ that had a
not
moment?
London.
The
one that they had.
Oh my God! How do we not know this? But he says like, if XYZ don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with him. Whatever. Future did it. Like those are cool. I think those are sick when it's like.
Okay, so I mean, I'm not gonna take that all back, but that guy that does a lot of Tyga's hits. Yeah. Every time you hear that, you're like, this is a hit.
It's gonna be banger. Yeah. And so that's kind of I know what you mean. Where it's like, do I need the fucking tag? Probably not, but I get why they do it.
Okay, let's go back to Calvin Harris. What'd you give it?
I do think, I listened to it quite a bit. The same way I listened to his Funk Waves Volume 2, where it was like one of those things where you could just kind of Volume 1, where you could just kind of play it and listen to it. I think Funk Waves Volume 2 was the same way. I give it a hard 3, a light 4. Like I don't think it was extraordinary. I still think like he's never gonna beat that Frank Ocean feature that he had on the Volume 1.
Well, I saw you tweet something. It was 21 Savage had the best verse.
I did think that 21 song, the beat was so unnatural for his verse that it worked. Because the way he versed, it was like there was no bass. It was almost just like some hi-hats and some sample, and I was like, this sounds so random that it's great. To me, I thought like, damn, did Calvin's, I don't know how it happened. I should probably do some research on how it happened, but when I heard it, I was like, how did 21 say like, yeah, I'll hop on that? Yeah. Like I thought that was, and that's why I think it's kind of cool when artists are like, fuck it, I'm gonna just do it because it sounds chill, dog. Yeah. I like to think that artists sit around the way we do and say like, should we do that? Yeah, fuck it, you should do it. Fuck it, I'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, and one thing about those beats is they're not the easiest to rap to. They're not rap beats.
No, they're not.
So it makes it very difficult to rap over them. Yeah. I think another artist that did that, although I don't really agree with the 21, was Pusha T's verse. Fire verse.
I sustained that was I think I tweeted about this too.
Yeah.
That was probably one of Push's hardest fucking verses.
You got to go back to the album,
bro. When he says click clack, he says some shit like click clack. I was like, whoa, man, this man is killing it. I think that shit was hard.
One album that we never talked about and we keep overlooking, and I think what happened was because it dropped